I want to speak to the person who looks at the calendar with a sense of quiet mourning. You are watching the years click by, 2020 for 2025 and now 2026, and you feel like you are standing on a train platform watching the last car disappear into the distance. You look at your peers who are celebrating their 20-year anniversaries, their second homes, and their grown children. You look at the young entrepreneurs who seem to have conquered the world before their 30th birthday. And then you look at yourself. You feel like you are just now waking up. You feel like you spent your 20s in a fog, your 30s in survival mode, and your 40s wondering where the time went. You feel like the best versions of yourself were left behind in a decade you can no longer reach. You carry a heavy weight of regret, convinced that you missed the window, that the soil of your life has grown too hard for new seeds, and that the story is already written. But I am here to tell you that I am the author, and I do not work on a human timeline. You haven't missed the train, you were just waiting for a different track. The time you think you lost was not a void, it was a gestation. You are not a late bloomer, you are a deep rooter. While others were growing tall and thin, you were growing deep and wide. You were absorbing the nutrients of experience that a faster growth would have missed. Your timing is not a mistake. It is a masterpiece in progress. In this American culture, you are sold a lie that life is a straight line. You are told that if you don't hit certain milestones by a certain age, you have failed the exam. You are taught that success is a ladder, and if you aren't climbing, you are falling. You have internalized this pressure until it has become a constant hum of anxiety in the back of your mind. You feel like you are running a race where everyone else started a mile ahead of you. But life is not a ladder, it is a landscape. Some people are called to the peaks early, where the air is thin and the view is fleeting. Others are called to the valleys, where the soil is rich and the water is deep. You have been walking through the valley for a long time. You have been learning the language of the shadows. You have been learning how to survive the winters that the peak dwellers never had to face. Your valley years were not wasted years. They were the years where you developed your character. They were the years where you learned the difference between ambition and calling. If I had given you the peak in 2015, the wind would have blown you off. You didn't have the weight yet. You didn't have the gravity. The time you spent waiting was the time I used to make you unshakable. The climb is beginning now because you are finally heavy enough to stay at the top. Let us talk about the years you spent in the fog. The years where you were battling depression or addiction or a grief that felt like a thick blanket over your head. The years where you barely survived. You look back at those years and you see a blank space. You see a black hole in your resume. You see a period of time where you contributed nothing and gained nothing. I see something else entirely. I see a warrior who survived a war that no one else saw. I see a soul that stayed alive when every instinct told it to give up. Those years in the fog were not a loss of time. They were a gain of depth. You now have a capacity for empathy that cannot be taught in a classroom. You have a resilience that was forged in the dark. You are not behind, you are seasoned. The world values the person who never stumbled, but I value the person who learned how to get up. The wisdom you gained in the fog is more valuable than the accolades your peers gained in the light. When you finally step into your purpose in 2026, you will do so with a steady hand because you know that no shadow can defeat you. The fog is lifting. Look at the strength you've gained. I am the God who can compress decades into days. You are worried that you don't have enough time left to build what you want to build. You are counting the years until retirement and feeling a panic in your soul. You think you need 40 years to leave a legacy. I only need 40 days of your total surrender. I am the God of the 11th hour. I can give you a breakthrough in 2027 that will compensate for everything you missed in the last 20 years. I can accelerate your influence. I can multiply your resources. I can cause your name to be known in circles you haven't even dreamt of yet. I am the master of the harvest. I can make the fruit grow in a single season. Do not measure your future by the speed of your past. Your past was the clearing of the land. Your past was the tilling of the soil. The planting is happening now, and the growth will be supernatural. You will look back and realize that you didn't miss out. You were simply being saved for the finale. The momentum is shifting. The acceleration has started. Have you ever looked at a century plant? It spends decades looking like nothing more than a cluster of sharp leaves. It sits in the desert, ignored and unnoticed for 30, 40, sometimes 60 years. Other flowers bloom around it every spring and wither every fall. The century plant just waits. It endures the sun. It endures the drought. And then one day it sends a stalk 30 feet into the air. It produces a bloom so spectacular, so massive, and so rare that people travel from all over the world just to see it. It waited for half a century to show its glory, and when it did, it eclipsed everything else in the garden. You are the century plant. Your bloom is not like the others. It is not a seasonal flower that comes and goes. It is a monumental event. The reason it took so long is because the structure required to support your success had to be incredibly strong. You aren't just making a splash, you are making history. Stop apologizing for the wait. The world is getting ready for the show. I want you to think about the foundation of a skyscraper. When they build a massive tower, they spend months, sometimes years, digging a hole. To the passerby, it looks like nothing is happening. It looks like they are going backward. It looks like a construction site that has been abandoned. People walk by and say, they've been digging that hole forever, when are they going to build something? But the deeper the hole, the higher the building can go. The years you spent in obscurity were the years I was digging your foundation. I was removing the rocks of pride. I was clearing out the loose soil of insecurity. I was pouring the reinforced concrete of character deep into the ground where no one could see it. You felt like you were being buried, but you were being anchored. In 2026, the structure is finally going to rise above the fence line. People who used to overlook you are going to be shocked at how quickly you are ascending. They won't understand that the speed of your rise is only possible because of the depth of your weight. The digging is done. The rising is here. Your soul does not have an expiration date. The world tells you that creativity belongs to the young. They tell you that passion is for the 20s. They tell you that by the time you reach 50, you should just be settling into a comfortable decline. They want you to believe that the fire in your belly is a mistake, an echo of a life you should have lived. I am the one who put that fire there, and I do not waste fuel. If the fire is still burning in 2026, it is because I have a task that requires that heat. Moses was 80 when he started his true calling. Sarah was 90 when she birthed the promise. The greatest moves of my spirit have always been led by those who the world thought were finished. Your age is not a barrier, it is your credential. You have the authority that only comes with gray hair and scars. You have the perspective that only comes from surviving several versions of the world. You are not a relic, you are a resource. The world is tired of shallow influencers. They are looking for the weight of an elder. Step into your power. The fire is just getting started. You think you wasted time on the wrong career. You think you wasted time on the wrong relationship. You look back at the 10 years you spent in that dead-end job and you feel a physical pain in your chest. You think about the degree you never used. You think about the city you lived in where you never felt at home. You see it all as a diversion from your true path. Nothing is wasted in my economy. The skills you learned in that dead-end job are the exact skills you need for the business you are starting next year. The emotional endurance you gained in that difficult relationship is what will make you a leader of people. Every wrong turn was a laboratory. Every detour was a classroom. I was using the enemy's distractions to train you for my assignments. You didn't lose 10 years, you gained a unique perspective that no one else has. You are the only person who can speak to the people in that specific valley because you live there. Your mistakes are now your ministry. Your diversions are now your edge. The path was never straight, but it was always leading here. I want you to lay down the burden of the should-haves. I should have started 10 years ago. I should have saved more money. I should have stayed in school. I should have said yes to that opportunity in 2018. These thoughts are like anchors tied to your ankles. They keep you from walking into the open door that is right in front of you. The should-haves are the thieves of the now. You cannot drive a car while staring only at the rearview mirror. If you keep looking at the time you think you lost, you will miss the time you are currently losing. I am asking you to forgive yourself for being human. I am asking you to forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. You weren't ready then. You are ready now. If you had started 10 years ago, you would have burnt out in 6 months. If you had saved that money, you would have spent it on something that would have destroyed you. My mercy is found in what I withheld as much as in what I gave. Let the past be the past. The present is wide open. There is a supernatural second wind blowing into your life. In the natural, you should be tired. In the natural, you should be cynical. But I am pouring a fresh oil over your spirit. I am renewing your youth like the eagles. I am giving you the energy of a 20-year-old and the wisdom of a 60-year-old. You are a hybrid of power and peace. While others your age are looking for a place to sit down, I am giving you a reason to stand up. You are entering your prime. Not the physical prime the world worships, but the spiritual prime where your character and your calling finally meet. The race isn't over. You've just reached the final lap. And in this lap, I am the one carrying you. I want you to look at the workers in the vineyard. Some started at sunrise. They worked in the heat all day. They were tired and worn by noon. But then there were those who were hired at the very end of the day. They only worked for 1 hour. They didn't have the sweat or the exhaustion of the others. And they received the same pay. This is the grace of the late start. I am not a God who pays by the hour. I am a God who pays by the heart. If you give me your now with total devotion, I will reward you as if you had been there since the beginning. I can make your 1 hour of service more impactful than someone else's 50 years of routine. Your impact is not measured by duration but by depth. Do not begrudge those who started early. Their path was theirs. Yours is a path of suddenness. Yours is a path of favor. You are about to experience a level of blessing that will make the lost years feel like a distant, unimportant dream. The Master is calling you into the field now. The wage is full. There are dreams you buried because you thought they were too old to live. You put them in a box and hid them in the attic of your soul. You told yourself that it was too late to be a writer, too late to be an artist, too late to find love, too late to build a home. You look at those dreams with a bittersweet smile, thinking of them as the ghosts of a life that could have been. I am the God of the resurrection. I am blowing life into those dry bones right now. If that desire is still pulsing in 2026, it is because it is still part of your destiny. I didn't let it die because I intended to fulfill it in a way that would prove my power. A dream fulfilled at 25 is a story of talent. A dream fulfilled at 55 is a story of God. I want the glory for your comeback. Go back to the attic. Open the box. Dust off the vision. I am giving you the resources and the connections to make it happen faster than you ever imagined. You are not pursuing a fantasy. You are fulfilling a prophecy. The dream is waking up. And this time it's permanent. I am wiping away the shame of the gap. The gap in your history. The gap in your confidence. The gap in your bank account. You feel like that gap defines you. You feel like everyone who looks at you sees the hole where your success should be. I am filling the gap with my presence. When people look at you from this day forward, they won't see the lost time. They will see a radiance that they cannot explain. They will see a person who carries the peace of someone who knows they are exactly where they are supposed to be. The hole is becoming a fountain. You no longer have to explain yourself. You no longer have to justify why it took so long. Your fruit will be your defense. When people see the quality of what you are producing in 2027, they won't care about what you were doing in 2012. The slate is clean. Write a new story. The world is desperate for what you have. They are drowning in a sea of shallow, instant, and hollow noise. They are looking for someone who has been through the fire. They are looking for someone who has failed and survived. They are looking for the weight of a life that has been lived, not just performed. Your late start is your greatest marketing tool. People will listen to you because you didn't have it easy. They will trust you because they can see the authenticity in your eyes. You are becoming a mentor to a generation that has plenty of information but no wisdom. You are the bridge between the old world and the new. Your lost time was your research time. You now have the data. You now have the experience. You now have the voice. Step into the market, step into the church, step into the community. They have been waiting for someone with your specific scars. The stage is yours. Speak from the depths. As we close this message, I want you to hear these words deep in your marrow. It is not too late. It is not too late to change your life. It is not too late to heal your heart. It is not too late to build something that lasts. I am the God who can make the sun stand still. I am the God who can make the desert bloom. I am the God who calls those things that are not as though they were. Your best days are not behind you. They are rushing toward you. The years ahead of you will be more fruitful than all the years behind you combined. You are moving into a season of suddenly. Suddenly the door will open. Suddenly the health will return. Suddenly the peace will settle. Trust the timing of the Creator. You are right on time. You are exactly where you need to be to receive what I am about to pour out. Breathe. Let go of the regret. Open your eyes. The morning is finally here. I am with you. I am for you. And I am just getting started. I want you to think about the flight of an arrow. The arrow spends a significant amount of its time being pulled backward. It moves away from the target. It is under extreme tension. It is held in a place of stillness while the bow vibrates with the energy of the pull. If the arrow had a mind, it would think it was being left behind. It would see the target in the distance and wonder why it is moving in the opposite direction. But the farther back the arrow is pulled, the faster it flies when it is released. The last 20 years of your life have been the pull of the bow. The tension you felt, the financial strain, the emotional stretching, the spiritual waiting, was not a delay of your flight. It was the gathering of the kinetic energy required to hit a target that is miles beyond where you are standing. In 2026, I am letting go of the string. You are about to experience a velocity that will shock those who saw you standing still. You aren't going to move at the normal speed of human progression. You are going to fly. You are going to cover more ground in the next 5 years than your peers covered in their entire careers. The tension was the preparation for the launch. There is a specific reason why some fruit takes longer to ripen. If you pick a grape too early, it is sour. If you pick a grain of wheat before its time, it has no substance. But the fruit that stays on the vine through the heat of the summer and the cool of the autumn develops a sugar content and a complexity of flavor that the early harvest can never match. You are the late harvest of my kingdom. Your character has a sweetness and a complexity that can only be developed through long-term endurance. You have a body to your wisdom. You aren't giving people sugar water platitudes. You are giving them the aged wine of experience. People are going to be drawn to you in 2027 because they can sense the depth of your soul. The world has enough early fruit. It is hungry for the matured ones. I kept you on the vine while others were being picked because I wanted you to develop a specific notes of compassion and discernment. I wanted you to be able to handle the fermentation process of leadership without turning into vinegar. You are now the vintage that everyone is looking for. The harvest is late, but the quality is legendary. I want to speak to the person who feels like they have nothing to show for their time on earth. You look at your resume and you see holes. You see unrelated jobs. You see stretches of unemployment. You feel like a jack of all trades and a master of none. You feel like you are starting over from scratch while everyone else is polishing their trophies. I am the God who integrates the fragments. I am taking every unrelated skill you learned, the customer service from the retail job in '99, the organizational skills from the volunteer work in 2010, the technical skills you picked up out of necessity in 2020, and I am weaving them into a singular weapon. You aren't starting from scratch, you are starting from synthesis. In 2026, I am showing you the connective tissue. I am showing you how the fragmented parts of your life were actually modular components of a massive new machine. You are the only person equipped for the specific niche I am opening. No one else has your eclectic background, and that is why no one else can do your job. The holes were just spaces for me to fit the pieces together. Did you know that the most powerful part of a storm is often the backside? The front of the storm brings the wind and the noise, but the backside brings the cleansing and the saturation. You have lived through the front of your life storm. You have endured the noise of your younger years, the frantic energy, the ego, the constant need to prove yourself. Now you are moving into the backside of the storm. This is where the real saturation happens. This is where your potential is no longer potential. It is power. You are no longer trying to be someone. You are someone. The energy you used to spend on image is now being redirected into impact. You have more unused energy than you realize. Because you didn't burn out in your 30s trying to climb a ladder that wasn't yours, you have a reservoir of stamina that your peers have already exhausted. You are fresher than you look. Your spirit is younger than your skin. I am tapping into that unused reserve right now. The power is coming online. The grid is ready. I want you to think about the wedding at Cana. They ran out of wine. The celebration was about to end in embarrassment. The best wine had already been served, and the guests were winding down. It looked like the moment had passed. It looked like the story was over. And then I stepped in. I turned the water into the best wine. Not just good wine, but wine so superior that the master of the banquet was stunned. He said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first, but you have saved the best until now." This is the prophetic word for your life in 2026. You have saved the best until now. Your water years, the years that felt plain, clear, and ordinary, are being chemically altered by my presence. The best version of your career, your marriage, and your health is not the version from your 20s. It is the version that is about to be served now. The guests are about to be stunned by your quality. I want to speak to the money you think you lost by starting late. You look at your retirement account and you feel shame. You think about the bad investments or the years of low pay. You feel like you can never catch up to the compound interest of those who started at 22. I am the creator of the gold and the silver. I am not limited by the mathematics of Wall Street. I am the God of the multiplication of the loaves. I can take your 5 loaves and 2 fish, your small late life savings, and I can multiply them until you have 12 baskets left over. I can give you ideas in 2026 that generate wealth in months that others took decades to accumulate. I am correcting your balance sheet. Do not fear the future. I am positioning you for a transfer of wealth that is based on your stewardship, not your seniority. I am opening revenue streams that are automated and anointed. The lost interest is being repaid by divine favor. The account is being rebalanced by the hand of God. Most people your age have settled. They have accepted their limitations. They have resigned themselves to a quiet life of maintenance. They have stopped dreaming and started distracting. They are waiting for the end instead of working for the new. I am calling you to rebellion. I am calling you to refuse the narrative of decline. I am calling you to be the Caleb of your generation, who at 85 said, "Give me this mountain." I am giving you the strength to take territory that younger men are afraid to touch. You are a spiritual disruptor. Your late start gives you a fearlessness because you know what it's like to have nothing to lose. You have already faced the worst of your fears, so you are no longer intimidated by the giants. The mountain is yours. Go and take it. You are the missing link in 2026. There is a war between the old and the young. The old are bitter and the young are directionless. The old have memory but no vision, and the young have vision but no memory. You are the one who has both. Because you are a late bloomer, you have the memory of the struggle and the vision of the newcomer. You can speak to the elder with respect and the youth with relevance. I am anointing you to be a reconciler. Your career in this next season will be about mentorship as much as production. You are translating the past into the future. Do not hide your age. Wear it as a bridge. The young will come to you for the roots and the old will come to you for the wings. You are the most valuable asset in the room. The bridge is open. Walk across it. I am deleting the video of your mistakes from your mental library. You have been replaying that one choice from 20 years ago. You have been wondering what if. You have been haunted by the ghost of the person you could have been. That ghost is a liar. If you had been that person, you wouldn't be this person. And this person is the one I need for 2026. I don't need the perfect version of you. I need the processed version of you. I need the you that knows how to recover. I need the you that knows what mercy tastes like. Regret is a thief that steals your tomorrow by refining your yesterday. Stop refining what is under the blood. Your yesterday is finished. Your today is fruitful. Your tomorrow is formidable. The review is over. The release is now. As we close this scroll of restoration, look into my eyes. I am pleased with you. Not because of what you achieved, but because you endured. Not because you arrived on time, but because you never stopped walking. In my kingdom, success is faithfulness, and you have been faithful through the long, silent years. The late bloomer is my favorite story to tell. I am going to tell your story through the blessings I pour out on you in 2026. People will look at you and say, "It is never too late." You are becoming a living sermon of hope. Rest in my timing. Rise in my power. Rejoice in my love. The first are becoming last, and the last are becoming first. Welcome to the front of the line. Amen.